Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, we are. Oh, sorry. Hi to everyone watching our live stream. We're pre-recording this so that our wonderful friends here can get on with life. I know we try to adjust what we do here to get a chance to interview these wonderful people. So we would like to introduce our national adventure. Will you guys introduce yourselves, who you are and what you're about?
Hi, well, I'm Allison, and this is Andrew, and we're our national adventure. We started out in Colorado, and we've been on the road following the our national adventure because, well, we're pretty much going everywhere.
That's it. And we're actually at a national park right now.
Okay.
We're at Mammoth Cave in Kentucky.
So now you went to Carlsbad Canyon, Carlsbad Caverns as well. How do Mammoth kind of line up with, how do they compare, those two?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you take this one.
Thank you. Because Andrew likes caves, and I'm just like, when is this over? I want to get out of this now. But we have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 10-month-old. And our 5-year-old was fine up until we got to the zigzag of this cave tour that we were on. And she started saying, I don't want to do that. And you've got 100 people behind you, and you're going down a tiny, narrow hole. And it's this is great. Let's keep going. It's fabulous. It's going to be wonderful. All I have to say is Carlsbad Cavern is a beautiful, huge room with stalactites and stalagmites and beautiful things to see in open space. Mammoth is like this long, windy snake. And there are areas of it that are so tight and so constrained that it's like if you're claustrophobic or you feel like you just don't have, it's a little scary. That's all.
Yeah.
I was done.
There was definitely a spot in there where I was on all fours crawling through, and the alone is kind of scary because they lead you to this metal door, kind of like diagonally into the side of the hill with some overbrush all around it, and so it looks like they are leading you into a dungeon almost.
And then, like a hole that it's like the walls are coming in around. There are other tours which are not so dramatic. I think we picked one which was probably a little bit dramatic, and so it was vastly different than Carlsbad Caverns.
Yeah, no, we wanted to challenge kids a little bit. There's an easier tour called the Frozen Niagara, which is kind of like just the exit part of what we did. We did the 2-hour walking tour, which takes you down about 280 steps.
Down there, they were fine.
That's some great perspective, though. So for our viewers who are interested in going to those two locations, they can decide what's a good option for them. And if you're ever in the Arizona area, the Douglas area, check out the Queen's Mine.
Yes.
Also amazing cavern experience, but you actually go down on their little railroad track. Not tight spaces like Mammoth, it sounds like.
Yeah, Arizona's got some great old mines.
Yeah, it's beautiful there too.
All right, so how long have you guys been a full-time RV family? And tell us a little bit about your setup.
Well, so we decided about 2 months before we launched that we were going to go full-time and do this.
I just had a baby, mind you, since she's 10 months old. So we've been on the road about 8 months, about 7.5, 8 months now. And we picked a Jayco. It's
a Eagle HT 30.5 MBOK. And so we picked it just because we wanted to fit in most of the national and state parks for camping. And
it also has rear lifting. The kids were used to double bed. This particular model has double bunks, so
full-size bunks in the middle, but which we clearly realized Yara is tall for age at 5 and her feet are already dangling over the edge.
Yes,
but it's been a good haul for us. We move about once a week or more.
It's on like 2,000 miles. Wow. This thing has moved. We've been cruising. Yeah, it's moved
So
around.
what are you hauling it with?
We have a 2017 Ram 3500 dually with the long bed, and we've got the regular hitch set up, and it tows it really well.
When he first got the truck and he brought it home, and you're just staring at this truck thinking, can you please get something smaller? This thing's huge.
Yeah.
But you realize you need it. And now that we've been on the road, I mean, I like driving the truck, which is so weird.
Yeah, never go back to anything else. Just for some perspective on this, about 2 years beforehand, I was driving a Prius and had never driven a truck in my life.
Big change.
And so now 7 or 8 and we're still used to it. It's so much fun. Yeah. But it was a little bit.
Now, when we met you back in October, a month or two after you started, I remember seeing your tailgate. Andrew, you want to tell us a little bit about your tailgate?
Yeah, we've had some fun.
Yeah, so that was in Tall Chief. That's the Encore Campground. 1000 Trails, just outside
it's a good campsite.
Seattle.
That was our maiden voyage there at Tall Chief.
It was raining, it was Washington, it was wet, it was dark.
I backed into the pit at night because our tail sensors didn't pick it up at all. I was trying to inch my way in Chloe and threw a big dent in it, but we actually got it fixed in Portland.
He got it repaired, but of course all of us in the RV are like, what was that? All RV shit. You're like, what's going on? But yeah. The video cams did it up.
No more.
Or the backup were just like, I think it was the rain or something like that, but you live and you learn. It's just like anything in the RV world. Or with a fifth wheel, you're gonna have bumps along the way, and that's just
no more big incidences since then.
Let's see. No, we've had to repair on the car because I'm a bad driver, I suppose. I took us through a tiny little parking spot and it was too small. So I just died and we just need to get that out.
This was at the Alamo,
Texas. And so Andrew flies out to work. He's a remote worker, and so he flies out to work like every couple months. And so I'm with the girls and I get to do cool things in the area. And I took him to the Alamo. And the underground parking was tight, but it was tight enough where we could fit. I mean, you're looking above the truck, it's like an inch, so you're a little scared driving into this truck parking lot, which is fine. It fit us, but out. I don't know. It just did not work.
You probably got a couple screaming kids in the car.
It didn't work.
Nothing like the little stress.
Is what it is.
We live and learn, right? And it's an experience that you have a story about now, right?
Yep.
For sure. Other than that, we're pretty good, I guess. We've towed through some tight spots.
Yeah.
And
you've dropped in mud. Yeah. Yep.
So note to all RV newbies out there. For sure, do not follow Google Maps on the East Coast because it'll take you on some wild, fun turns on narrow roads, and you'll almost get your air conditioning unit stuck on a lot of these low-hanging wires out here.
Yeah.
And the turns where if you don't make it exact, or even if you try to make it exactly, you're going to end up in swamp.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Well, but we've had some experiences for sure.
Well, that's a note to us because Garrett likes to use Google Maps. So
we've been meaning
definitely get another app, a trucker app that we can.
Or an RV GPS.
Now, yes, we use a trucker app now going up the East Coast, and I think it's worked pretty flawlessly. Because, after that, I was just like, "There's no way," because we almost. Fortunately, there were some power line workers there who helped drive ahead and maneuver us out of the area.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good
great people who can kind of help you out of situations. We haven't had any major issues yet, but
Yeah.
You know, every RVer I think runs into those situations where, oh crap, I wish we hadn't gone this way. But, well,
knock on
wood, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of mentioned a little bit about your work, Andrew. Can you just share with us what you do to support your family?
Oh, sure. So, way back when I was an in-house tax attorney for major corporations, and then since then I got hired out by a software company that I used to use in-house there. So I kind of get to play around with and test the software that I was using in-house, offer them advice and perspective on sales and so forth. So it's kind of leaning towards the area of software development and sales, but the ability to work remotely, flexible hours, whenever, from wherever, is just priceless.
That's great. So, that's wonderful.
And I only have to stay out there about every month or two.
Good.
It seems like more and more jobs nowadays are having the ability to work remotely, which is fantastic.
That, yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's good. I think that as like the younger generation moves into more higher roles within corporate, everybody has like more of the understanding and the mindset of flexible time and space, and so it just,
yeah.
Yeah, that 9 to 5 job is not the norm. It's becoming less of the norm.
No.
Oh, my candle went out. We've been dealing with bugs here, so I've got my citronella candle out here, and we made bug spray last night, and it just went out. The wind has gotten a little bit stronger. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, so tell us about your long-term goals for this RV lifestyle, this national adventure that you're on.
That change?
Well, so it began as, hey, we've got a year before our 5-year-old, because she was 4, turning 5. So, hey, we've got a year before she's got to officially start school. Let's just go see the country. And then a month into it, we were thinking, this is not going to be a year. This is going to need some more time than that.
Yeah.
So as we started in, you know, even as fast as we're going, because we're going pretty fast, you start realizing you're not going to see it all. You're going to need a lot more time.
We were just crazy, I think. Like, we had this, we saw 56 national parks, no problem. We can do it in 10 months.
And there's 61. There's like more.
Yeah.
There's more now. So they just keep adding.
Yeah.
Yep, they do. Yep.
And I think the main thing we were thinking was, let's go our dream town. Let's go find this dream town that we want to raise our kids in long term, and go explore the country while we're doing it. And then somewhere along the way, we'll just find this amazing town. And the longer you're on the road, you start realizing everywhere has pros and cons, and it becomes a little harder to say, hey, let's stop here. Let's stop. Let's stop here, because you start thinking, well, wait, I want to see all these other places, and maybe there's still more to be had. So I don't think we're quite there yet. Yeah,
this lifestyle definitely gets kind of addicting too, in some essences, just because you see so many things. You're like, oh, we didn't have time, so we got to go back and go do that again. Or there's like towns that are now on our list where we want to explore more, and things from like the people that we meet, being a part of Full-Time Families and 1,000 Trails and so forth. Oh, their stories, for sure. It's so exciting. Like we showed up here in Mammoth Cave at 1,000 Trails here, and there's 6 other Full-Time Families here that just happen to all be here the same weekend. And we've just done hikes and other expeditions together. And
that's amazing.
That's great, and that community just really keeps you like attached to that lifestyle, and you know, like you said, you want to see more and more. It's that wanderlust kind of feeling, and at some point it might, you know, decrease, and you'll find that perfect little town, and then the plan is what, to purchase a home there and settle down?
I want to kind of homestead. I want to have when we left, we had chickens and we had a garden, but we were living in a small plot of land. And I've always had the desire to live in a small town with at least an acre, to have you know, kind of a homestead kind of lifestyle. But there's still like a lot more to see before that happens, and we'll get there.
Yeah, it's when we find the perfect place, we'll probably just put a pad down there and a 50 and 30 amp hookup
and build a home,
and build a house. Maybe join Harvest Host or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or continue doing more. So
we'll see. Maybe we'll find the perfect house.
Someday.
Those are some great plans. Those are definitely huge goals to work towards, and I'm excited for you guys. Hopefully you'll find the right place, the right time, and it'll just, you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know. We have our neighbor here driving by. It's going to get loud for a minute. He's been packing up. I think he's
just
I
changing
think he's
over.
Relocating to another location. We're at a pretty new park, and I think they may be asking certain of the residents to move, and a lot of them are long-term, like monthly, because
We're doing work on
there's
the
a lot of
pads.
oil fields around in the area. So our situation is we don't have a lot of kids in the area, so we've had to seek out other opportunities for our kids. But I think that they've had them move from pad to pad so they can do work on certain of these pads. So, is it too loud? Can you hear him a lot?
No, we're good. We can still. We're fine.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yeah, we've been in a lot of places though
no
that
kids.
there's been no kids.
Yeah, our first part of our trip was no kids, and it's hard for the kids, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, they adapt to. And during those times, you end up becoming closer as a family, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But for sure.
For us,
I mean, there's other times when we were at the Florida rally in Madison back at the beginning of March, where it's like you don't see your kid from dawn till dusk because they're just
with
running
other
wild
kids.
and free out there too. And you kind of feel like you're missing out on the fun.
As the adult, you're missing out. That's great.
Because you're used to playing with kids.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, as you were thinking about going full-time, what were some of the biggest fears or hurdles that you had to overcome with that idea of going full-time?
It broke up just a little bit. Are you asking what we had to overcome to get to the idea of going full-time?
Yeah.
Well, like a fear
Yeah,
or
your-
reservation, reservations type of thing you guys had.
Biggest fear, the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome.
So I had just given birth to Chloe, and when you have a baby, you get cozy in your house. You just don't want to leave. And Stu had been, you know, he'd been working at a remote job for about a year, and the idea of me always wanting to go explore all these small towns looking for that perfect place was on his mind. And so I guess the overcome part was, am I doing the right thing? Am I giving up too much? Are my kids going to be okay? What are we getting ourselves into? Because first, we've never RV'd, driven a truck, and I'm kind of, you know, you just want the best for your kids. That's pretty much about it. So I think after we just decided to do it, which really it was a decision. Yeah. It's just like, fine, let's go. And I had to fall through it because we were packing up in a month, selling stuff in a month, and then the second we put the house on the market, we were from Denver, like Westminster, so it was gone. Yeah, it was gone. And I knew it would go fast. I think a little bit like I didn't want to live RVs and commit to one. I didn't want to, because I was still holding on to the, well, maybe we're going to live in our house. Maybe we're not going to do this.
It was to get the RV and keep the house and then just go around and come back later.
Yeah. The minute the house sold, I was like, well, this is happening. Let's do this. Like, all on board. No going back. Plow through. A little bit like Mammoth Cave. We've already committed to this. Let's go through it. But a little bit better than Mammoth Cave, because once you get in the experience, you actually really are enjoying it. So, but those fears are all still there.
Yeah.
I think my biggest fear was not knowing what this kind of lifestyle is all about. I probably camped once in my life before this. never driven a truck, inside a fifth wheel travel trailer at all. Just sort of like came with this crazy just to go and fulfill what I thought was her dream. And
wait. My dream of seeing the country and small towns. His dream of seeing the country in an RV. Your grandparents had a caravan. I was a tent camper growing up, so just
camping and glamping, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it was just, can we do this? Can we like pull through, back in, doing all that stuff that you see online? It's like you gotta watch all these videos to train yourself. How am I going to do this? But you don't face the real reality of it until you're actually
doing it,
stuck in the middle, to figure out how to back in over a course of an hour and a half.
Which you've done awesome. Like he's done awesome. Like I think it's anybody who gets into it, you do it, and you realize, wow, I'm so capable of so many things that I did not realize I could do. So
it's pretty stressful those first couple of times, and even after doing it for a while, you get into that certain situation. Like Garrett and I have tried to get the rig into certain locations, and it just hasn't worked. And we, our stress levels going through the roof, and it's like, okay, it's not worth it. Let's just move on to the next site.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we did that back in Florida, in Fort Myers.
Oh
we circled around
gosh.
through like 6 sites to try and figure it out.
But that was that campground. Horrendous.
How it was laid out.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, love Thousand Trails, love Encore, but this particular site was like, even the one that we got at the end, we had our spigot was just touching our left side, the power box was touching our rear end, and then our right side was right brush up against the concrete.
It was not well laid out, and everyone around us was like, we don't know how you got in that spot. It's such an so
that's crazy.
You live and you learn.
It's a little bit of a game of Tetris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, it's
go ahead, Andrew.
The ability to see. So
Go ahead and say that. Say that again. I kind of cut you off.
Oh yeah, no. I just kind of said that it's allowed, even if we fit into those tight spots, it's allowed us to see a lot of the beautiful country. So it's been good.
So how long is your rig?
We are 35 and a half.
35 and a half.
Like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Cut it off for
A lot of parks. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I haven't actually seen your rig. When we saw
We've seen pictures.
you came to us, and we weren't staying in the same campground, so we've only seen pictures of your rig. But that
I think I'm gonna. Or it's probably time for me to tour of this place. We've got back living, and then we've got a mid bunk where it's double the back master.
Front master.
Yeah, we've got a total of 4 slides, and it works.
So we picked this one really because you can't see it here. We like open space in the back for the kids to play.
Yeah.
And so
since there's none in the room.
Right.
a lot of
Definitely helped in
living space.
Yeah.
All right, so as we finish up here, what's one piece of advice you would give to other families who are considering traveling full-time?
Embrace every place you go to and just enjoy it. Like, there's been things that just enjoy where you are and really just try to take advantage of every single new location, because there's so many cool things out there, and that's why we're doing it, and also maybe take it slow.
Yeah, take it slow. Definitely enjoy where you are. Know that there's going to be some hiccups along the way, but you can overcome them. And then there's definitely to ask everybody around you who's got a lot more experience doing this. Ask for advice, because there's so many people who are at these campgrounds who are a wealth of resources for sure.
Everybody's willing to help.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, they have a lot.
Yeah.
So we try to give back now.
That you find the locals too. They're very helpful, I found. hey, did you know that this is going on? Hey, you guys should check out that place. Hey, it's been great.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys so much for having us. It's so nice to chat with you and see you again. It's been like...
Yeah, I wish we could actually see you guys on
I know.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch the replay because you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for taking this time and letting us interview.
One more question, though. Where can people follow you on your national adventure?
Thank you, Garrett. Our national adventure, we're growing our YouTube. Our national adventure is just the sound. OUR National Adventure. We also have Instagram and Facebook.
And our blog.
And and Andrew has started our blog. So we do have a website. And Andrew started...
I'm catching up, okay? So, the blog's going to sort of be like, how's the campsite? How's the food? How's it for the kids?
Awesome.
What's the adventure? So,
and that also is our national adventure.
So Garrett will link all of that in the description below. So for our viewers, if you want to check them out, they're a fantastic family.
Yep.
We've really enjoyed getting to know them. Most of it's been through Facebook and instant messaging between Garrett and Allison, actually, as she has been working on growing her channel. I see her videography and her editing is growing by leaps and bounds, so check them out. Their girls are absolutely fantastic. All three of them are just absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much.
And amazing.
Say it again. Say it again, Andrew. You're
Thank
welcome,
you guys.
Andrew.
I just said it's amazing that they've stayed quiet in there for that long.
Anyways, thank you guys so
You're
much.
so welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.